Today we're in Ann Arbor, Michigan. We want to give you a tour of this detached condo at $420,000 to show you what that gets you in West Ann Arbor. Hello, welcome. This is the Living in Detroit channel, and today we're in Ann Arbor, Michigan, specifically the west side of Ann Arbor, Michigan in Scioto Township. So Scioto Township is, like I said, just west of Ann Arbor. Actually has homes that are in Ann Arbor as well as Dexter. Great part of town here. It's about 10 minutes or so to get to downtown. Lots of interesting shopping. PoloFields Golf Club is out here, and it's a little bit more remote than the city of Ann Arbor itself. So this particular property is a little bit different. It's a detached condo, just under 2,000 square feet. We want to give you the tour of this property and kind of show you what that low 400,000 gets you in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Well, West Ann Arbor, Michigan. So we'll give you the tour and stay for the end because we're going to do some B-roll, kind of show you around town here and show you some of the other local amenities that this type of property has here in Ann Arbor. Before we jump into that, my name is Matt Talbot. I'm the associate broker of the Talbot team, and we help people just like you every single day move here to Michigan, and we absolutely live for it. Thanks for checking out the video. Let's go ahead and get inside. So welcome inside, which I'm glad to be inside. It's early spring 2024, so we're still getting some brisk days and stuff like that. It's a little bit warmer in here. So really cool place. Like I said, we're gonna price this home about $420,000. This is a listing we have the opportunity to list. I've been working with the seller for some time. They're cleaning things out. They've been here for some time. So we prepped it for listing, did a little bit of paint and some touch-ups and stuff like that. But this is a great property and a great example of what that low 400,000 gets you in the Ann Arbor area. Kind of a rare price point and also a very unique property in that this property is actually a detached condo. So what that means is there's an association, you get the benefits of condo living, except for they're detached. So you get a little bit more space, a little bit more privacy, which a lot of people are looking for. We work with tons of retirees, tons of people selling their house and downsizing. This could be a great option for someone like this. I think it's a fantastic option for somebody busy working at University of Michigan or at the hospital. And it could even work out for a lot of families due to the size. We would refer to this particular condo as kind of contemporary. So we would call it sort of a story and a half. And there's some main living space down here, a couple bedrooms and living space upstairs, as well as a finished basement. So we want to give it a tour, and I want to show you some of the unique features of this type of property that you don't always see. Some stuff's more standard, but there's also some very unique features. Go ahead and walk around. So walking in, the actual foyer is not two-story, but this opening really opens up to the two-story, which is why you're getting a little bit of echo in here. So there is a bedroom on the first floor. I love this setup. This was actually used as the primary for the previous owner. So for a lot of people, this makes a lot of sense to have that first floor primary. And a lot of times we would call this a Cape Cod, but it is more of a contemporary here. So what's nice is they have this setup. This could be used as an office if you wanted to have your formal living space upstairs or your main living space upstairs. But for a lot of people that don't want to do the stairs and they want all their main living space on one floor, you could have that here. Big walk-in closet. They also are prepped for a washer and dryer in here as well too. So again, that'd be geared maybe towards someone that's a little bit older that doesn't want to go downstairs to do the laundry and stuff like that. And that could be a good feature for somebody up here. So they have a gas line, water line coming in, and electric as well too. Full bathroom on this floor, right off the suite here. And this is also the shared bathroom for the first floor. So gives you a good layout. And again, options here if you wanted to decide, to use that first floor as your primary suite. Moving on. So walking down this hallway, there's real hardwood throughout the entire first floor. This build was 1994, so we're in 2024. Obviously, you can do the math there. It's been around for about 30 years. And they've done some updates throughout, like I said, recently, some modern paint and stuff like that. But what's really cool about this house, we'll try to get this on this B-roll. We'll show you upstairs. This is not a box house, okay? There's a lot of interesting, maybe weird, contemporary angles, okay? And so my seller, I really almost wish we had a video of before we sold, they had a lot of art and stuff like that. And the way that these walls are on these angles really allowed for, in my opinion, a really cool layout and a much more interesting build compared to some of your more standard condos, right? Which you're gonna get four walls, everything's very squared off. There's just interesting angles throughout this entire place. And I think that's a very unique feature for a property like this. You can tell the builder went out of their way to make these units unique. So lots of natural light here. This would be your main dining space on the first floor, granite countertops, and a pretty open floor plan for the, early 90s, so to speak. So granite countertops, gas stove, updated the appliances. There's a decent sized pantry and a nice little deck off the back as well too. So you can enjoy some of the outdoor living. This isn't a huge yard by any means, being a detached condo, but again, location is huge here. So you are in West Ann Arbor, really easy to get around. Jackson Road's right here. There's tons of local shopping within minutes of here. And of course, you're only 10, 15 minutes to get downtown, depending on where you need to go, as well as all the other surrounding communities on the west side of Ann Arbor. So for those of you who don't know, Ann Arbor is about 45 minutes west of Detroit. You're about 35 to 40 minutes from the airport at this location here. And we're West Ann Arbor. So there's some really nice surrounding communities as well too. Downtown Dexter is only a few minutes away. That's a really great downtown area, kind of that old school town. We've got shopping and restaurants and all that stuff. And if you keep going down I-94, you get to Chelsea as well too, another really cool old town. So West Ann Arbor, lots of features, a little bit more quiet out here than some of the other suburbs throughout Detroit and throughout the general Ann Arbor area, without a doubt. So it's a quiet part of town. Once you go a little bit more west, it gets real quick, but there's a lot of people that choose to live in this part of town. There's also, if you go to Jackson and a lot of different areas around here, there's a lot of opportunities for lake homes and second properties as well too. So a lot of people living in Ann Arbor, they might have a lake home in Jackson or go up north and that type of stuff. So it's sort of like the best of both worlds. Anyway, quick rant there. Let's go ahead and jump upstairs. It's a very unique second floor. Okay, like I was saying, it's just an interesting feeling home, okay? These angles are, nothing is squared. It's this like interesting shape. And so they had a lot of art hanging and stuff like that, which looked great. I love the opening over there. My seller, actually, their grandkids loved it because she had like I think it was either a horse or an elephant that like overlooked it. And so they always like thought that was cool. So there was that cool opening, which we'll show you on that side. This is another full bedroom, massive bedroom here. Again, could be used if you wanted to be on the first floor as a guest bedroom. This could most definitely be set up for the primary for a lot of people as well too. Use that first floor as more of an office, good sized walk-in closets, tall ceiling in here. But like, again, even on this wall, like everywhere you go is just different angles, okay? It's not quite squared off, and I just think it gives a much different feel. Hopefully the cameras can show that appropriately. Full bathroom here with the skylight, so lots of natural light throughout this house. Again, character, it's very unique. Definitely has a 90s feel throughout, so some people might update a few of the features, but it's immaculate, right? You can easily change the countertops or throw some different tile in, and it's a whole different feeling house. It's so clean, there's no need to do that by any means. I think a lot of people would purchase this and move in as is, but those options are available. So one bedroom and moving into a second bedroom, if this is what you want to call it. This is really more of like a flex space in my opinion, but again, like check this out, like angles, weird angles, weird angles. I mean, it's just unique. So I think it's a very creative feeling house. Like my brain creates creativity when I walk through here in a lot of ways because it is unique. It feels also very warm, welcoming, and homey in my opinion, this type of home. The sellers themselves were the same way, or are the same way. They were very, courteous and giving us a tour and taking us through their house, but that's one of the reasons why they fell in love with it. They said it's just different, okay? And so different for a lot of people, they like that. They don't want cookie cutter, as they say, and this can be a great option for that. So cool opening here, of course, could be closed off if you wanted this to be more of a bedroom as well as a big walk-in closet for additional storage. Not crazy height, I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but again, plenty of room for hanging. You got your built-in shelves and stuff like that. Plenty of room for hanging clothes and all that type of good stuff. Want to show you the basement, stay to the end because we want to also show you a big part of this channel. It's not just showing you the listing itself, but showing you some of Ann Arbor, show you this part of Ann Arbor, some of the shopping. We'll do some B-roll, drive around town a little bit so you can see a little bit of that. So we'll go ahead and jump downstairs into the basement. But before we do so, if you're thinking about moving to Ann Arbor, if you're thinking about moving to Detroit, Southeast Michigan, or Michigan as a whole, hit our Calendly link on YouTube. We're happy to connect, set up a consultation today. We really get a lot of interest from that and great feedback from taking through people about just a little bit more on the area and learning more on their situation and helping educate them on the market to understand different locations, what the pros and cons are, and see if Michigan's a good fit for them. Okay guys, so we're in the basement. Yes, in Michigan, if you're moving from out of the country, we do have basements a lot. This particular condo obviously has a finished basement, which is an awesome feature. It was a man cave before, but again, gives you additional square footage. So upstairs, you're about 1900 square feet, so just under 2,000. When you start adding the basement square footage, all of a sudden you feel like a 2,500 to 3,000 square foot home, okay? It's pretty formal square footage. There is no windows down here or anything like that, so you don't get that natural light. There's tons of natural light throughout the rest of the house. But again, for a lot of people at 2,000 square feet, all of a sudden bumps them up closer to 3,000. That's an important piece, so you don't have to finish the basement yourself. Drywall throughout, the landing has drywall above. There is some drop ceiling, and then more drywall with recessed lighting as well too, which gives you that more formal feel, in my opinion, for this type of condo. Again, we're at 420,000, which for Ann Arbor is an affordable place, in my opinion. With the condo feature, you know, being so close to town, it's a great deal, in my opinion. I would be surprised if we didn't sell that over, you know, the 420 range that we're going to start in. I would be surprised if we didn't end up with a good amount of competition on it. So just to give you a feel, again, you want some high-end luxury condo, you can be 800, a million plus in Ann Arbor really fast throughout Ann Arbor and the surrounding communities, okay? So at a 400,000 price point, keeping it under 500,000, I mean, this is a great deal in my opinion. Full bathroom down here. They have a shower, little vanity and stuff like that, as well as a closet. So perfect for like a man cave and stuff like that. And then there is a second laundry area, which you could use, if not the first one, before obviously you gotta do a couple of these. Yeah. Moving on, second laundry area, you have your furnace, water heater down here as well too. So different layout, tons of storage. I love the finished basement. I think it's a great feature. Puts you over, well over 2,000 square feet, closer to 3,000 square feet of totally usable square footage in this house when you include the basement. We'll show you some B-roll. Want to show you the subdivision. We're going to show you the neighborhood, some of the surrounding communities in West Ann Arbor, so you can see if this is a good location for you. If not, let us know what other locations you're thinking about. We're happy to educate you on those as well. So like I said, we want to give you a tour of this part of Ann Arbor, West Ann Arbor. We're only about 2 streets down, like less than a quarter mile away from the subject property we just walked through. And we're actually in front of the PoloFields Golf and Country Club right here. The clubhouse is behind me. And this is another awesome community in this part of Ann Arbor. The homes in this community typically sell from about 700 to 1.3 million, 1.5 million, with a couple outside of that from time to time. But for the most part, they're in that 700 to $1 million range here at PoloFields. So cool neighborhood. There's houses all the way around the golf clubs. It is a completely private golf club. Tennis courts right here, basketball down the way, complete private club. You can do a private membership, golf membership, or both, of course. Anyway, interesting kind of fact here of this part of Ann Arbor is there are a lot of golf courses throughout Ann Arbor, Washtenaw County, and definitely as you continue into Jackson County and the surrounding communities. So lots of golf courses out here. So one of the reasons why people like this part of Ann Arbor, right? You can be a little bit more remote, get your golf in, get your country clubs and stuff like that, but still be able to drive to downtown and everything. So this is a sample set of what West Ann Arbor of this part of town kind of gets you. Again, we're only like a block or two from our listing we have down the street, the condo we just walked through. So we will jump onto another area of this part of Ann Arbor so you can see it. In the meantime, we want to show you a little bit of the B-roll of this subdivision, kind of what it looks like this time of year. We're a little early spring. The leaves aren't quite coming back yet. So it's a little bit cold, but we got a nice sunny day today. So you can kind of see this time of year as well here in Michigan if you're thinking about moving to the area. opposite vibes right now, okay? We're at the corner of Zebe and Jackson, which again is only a quarter mile from the subject property you just walked through. Completely different vibes than PoloFields, right? So the part of Ann Arbor that I like, and especially a lot of the surrounding communities like Scioto, like West Ann Arbor, is the fact that you get kind of the best of all worlds. You get those quiet communities. You know, we just went through PoloFields, beautiful subdivisions right down the street, but also everything that you need that America has to offer, of course, right? You got your Qdoba, your Panda Express, Jimmy John's, Starbucks, all those great features that are in every corner of America. Of course, we have those here too, as well in Michigan. Also, Foyer is behind me. For those of you who don't know, is actually a Michigan-based company. It's a grocery chain here, for those of you who don't know. So all your shopping's right here, CVS across the street, and most importantly, Zebro runs into 94, which takes you downtown, all the way to Detroit if you want, about 45 minutes or so. You can shoot over to Ypsilanti, you can go downriver eventually, you can go all the way to Chicago if you want, and also take different expressways like M23 up to Brighton in different areas, or stay on 14 to Plymouth, and then to Livonia area as well too. So something else to note in this area, although you get a lot of this more corporate feeling stuff, right down the way too are tons of different nature trails. Like Island Lake is a mountain biking / hiking area right up the street in Dexter. And there's a lot of other, you know, like I said, lake living and hikes and outdoor facilities throughout Ann Arbor and the surrounding communities as well too. So you have a lot of metro parks, a lot of different opportunities, like I said, for golf courses and different things just to do outside. So this part of Ann Arbor, very close to downtown. You can still get the quiet feel, but have all the amenities that you need of Midwest living without a doubt, as well as the city right up the way and great expressway access. It's one of the reasons why it's so sought out. Ann Arbor schools are fantastic as well too. Great school system here. You can find that online. We have other videos on Ann Arbor to tour downtown, different subdivisions, different areas, different neighborhoods in Ann Arbor. We have a lot of that stuff on our channel here. So if you're thinking about moving to Ann Arbor, fantastic, or anywhere else throughout Southeast Michigan for that matter. But wanted to show you the vibe of this part of Ann Arbor, show you the subject property in the 400s, give you a tour of some of the surrounding communities as well too, and also show you what the local living is. So again, check out our video for downtown footage if you want to see downtown Ann Arbor, if you're not familiar with that. But thanks for checking the channel. This is the Living in Detroit channel. My name is Matt Talbot. My team is the Talbot team. I am the associate broker here. We help people move throughout Southeast Michigan and to Michigan every single day. We absolutely live for it. Thanks for checking out the video.